Beneath the shadow of ramparts and looming city walls, the fate of empires often rested on one terrifying innovation, the ancient weapon capable of turning stone strongholds into flaming ruin within minutes. When armies marched at dawn, bringing with them not just swords and spears, but the secrets of incendiary warfare, defenders trembled, knowing that their walls, once symbols of safety, could become tombs of fire and ash. From the blood-soaked battlefields of ancient Greece to the storm-tossed coasts of Byzantium, legends spread of a substance so fearsome it burned even upon water. This was Greek fire, the most dreaded thermal weapon of the ancient world. Its exact formula remains lost to history, but its effects were etched into the memories of those who survived its wrath. Imagine the chaos. Defenders atop city walls, gazing down as Byzantine warships unleashed jets of burning liquid, a substance that clung to flesh and stone alike, refusing to be quenched by water or sand. The most feared fighting force of the medieval Mediterranean wielded fire as their blade, forging the destiny of empires with every siege. Greek fire was more than a mere weapon. It was a psychological terror. Rumors of its use spread like wildfire itself. Armies besieging Constantinople knew that a single blast could destroy siege engines, ignite entire battalions, and breach the city's vaunted defenses. The formula, guarded with fanatical secrecy, was said to combine naphtha, quicklime, and sulfur, though even the greatest minds of antiquity could not fully unravel its mysteries. What happened next shocked even hardened veterans. Walls that had withstood centuries of assault crumbled in minutes, consumed by an inferno that seemed almost supernatural. But Greek fire was not the only thermal weapon to haunt the annals of ancient siege warfare. Archaeological evidence, unearthed from the ruins of battered fortresses, reveals that the quest to conquer city walls inspired a host of incendiary innovations. Ancient engineers devised clay pots filled with burning pitch, hurling them with catapults to rain fire upon defenders and set gates ablaze. In the desperate defense of their homes, soldiers would pour boiling oil or heated sand onto attackers, blinding and scalding those who dared to scale the ramparts. Some siege engines became platforms for destruction. The mighty Roman onager, a catapult of brutal power, hurled stones and firebombs with equal efficiency. At the siege of Syracuse, Archimedes himself was said to have designed mirrors that focused sunlight, setting enemy ships aflame, a tale lost in the mists of legend, but echoing the relentless pursuit of new thermal weapons. These tools of devastation transformed the face of war. Blood-soaked battlefields became infernos, with screams and chaos rising above the clamor of clashing steel. Yet the greatest mystery lies in the lost formulas, the ancient recipes that vanished as empires fell. Unlike swords or shields, these weapons relied on alchemical secrets, the precise mixture of oils, minerals, and chemicals that could turn a single soldier into a living torch or a city into a charred ruin. Some scholars believe the knowledge was deliberately erased, for fear that uncontrolled fire could annihilate whole civilizations. Others claim fragments survive, buried in forgotten manuscripts and coded inscriptions, awaiting discovery. While enemies fled in terror, those who mastered fire stood their ground, shaping history with every siege. The legacy of ancient incendiary weapons endures, not only in archaeological finds, but in the haunting memory of cities consumed by flames, walls shattered by forces beyond mortal comprehension. The brotherhood of engineers and warriors who wielded these tools shared a bond forged in secrecy and danger, each knowing that one spark could alter the fate of nations. As twilight falls over the ruins of ancient cities, the question remains: could the lost formula be rediscovered? If so, what force would be unleashed upon the world? A power to destroy empires, or perhaps to defend them? The answer lurks in the shadows of history, where fire and ambition entwine, and the next chapter waits to be written.